So my name is Raj. I'm at Moser Baer Technologies. My experience in displays stems from 1995. I've been with Active Matrix OLEDs for 17 years, initially with Kodak, and in the last 2 or 3 years I've been doing organic LED lighting. I've come to Brazil for the last 3 or 4 years for this conference, and I see a lot of interest and aspirations to be in the display business. So I ask myself all the time 3 simple questions to aspiring participants in any display technology. First, is there a market? Do they want it? Is there somebody out there who will pick up these displays if you make them? It looks like there is a very large market opportunity in Brazil,
yes,
in the Latin American countries. It will also be a platform to service North American markets. Second question you ask is, do we want to do it? Look, that is where Brazil seems to be consistently for the last 3 or 4 years, saying, yes, I would like to be in this industry, this is strategic to us, and so on.
Yes.
Then the question comes to, can we do it? The third question. There's a market, and there is interest to participate, it's strategic, but do they have the capability to do it?
Right.
And my recommendation for markets like this is to take it on 2 tracks. One is to establish the competencies and the capabilities and internalize it here. And you cannot do that at the massive scale, at the production levels. You have to train your people and scientists and engineers in the areas where they can innovate beyond the status quo or build the state of the art.
You can't just build a Gen 6 or Gen 8 fab and expect to be successful.
Yes, unless it's somebody else who's setting it up and by making the investments to tap into this market.
Okay.
However, with the way the oversupply of products in Asia, there is no incentive for Asian manufacturers to put yet another mega factory in the new region when they can directly sell out of their factories today,
right,
knowing that there is no other choice at this point in this market. My approach to this is, if you have the capital, which Brazil seems to have, they have the funds and the interest and the strategies, you still need the know-how. The know-how comes by training your manpower, engineers and scientists in this particular field. So I suggested to the folks here in this region to set up a center of excellence where your initial investments are run through a consortium of government, academia, and industry, and it's a learning center.
Yes.
It's a learning center. Perhaps there could be 1 or 2 products coming out of it to make it relevant to be a production technology.
Right.
So when everybody is coming out of R&D environment, very good talent pool and very central pockets of excellence here, but what is missing is a production know-how, the second rail of learning, which happens only when you put the right tools in the hands of the right people.
Right.
And then they learn, and they make the mistakes, and they make the mistakes again, and then they don't make it again.
Right.
That is the approach I'm recommending here, is to, on a short-term basis, at much lower investment levels, put in a learning center that is a common shared facility by industrial participants.
And a pilot manufacturing line.
A pilot manufacturing line, which actually practices manufacturing technology.
Yes.
And in the long term, induct some of the bigger industrial players.
Yes.
To get into this market through arrangement, through economic incentives, and so on.
Yes.
If you do it the other way around and just go and do the very large factory size, you can certainly do it, but you have to buy everything. You don't have the learning curve involved,
right,
on the major production line. So you need to have some basis for learning, and that is only coming in a smaller, built for competency rather than capacity,
right,
factory. That's my recommendation too.
Is it feasible for a center of excellence like that to be able to support multiple backplane technologies and multiple front plane technologies?
Yes, it could. So all you need is one of the things that, if you look at, analyze the constituent building blocks of all these technologies, you find that the amorphous silicon LCD backplane is a dominant 70% composition, for instance, majority composition of the technology.
And very similar to IGZO we just learned.
Very similar to IGZO and very similar to LTPS.
True.
There are extra steps that you deviate from the normal, standard, common process.
Yeah.
And it is these deviations which increase the value or create new market where you need one of each kind of processes that people learn how to integrate and make innovations
Right.
that differentiate them from the other market. If you know how to differentiate, you can serve your local markets whose needs may be very different than the Asian markets or the consumer markets. For instance, there was a discussion yesterday on, and there's a lot of interest in education,
Yes.
in textbooks and things of that sort. Front of screen technologies are also very important.
Right.
Touch and access and gesture. So all of these things can only be done if you have the wherewithal to do it, rather than just purchase something that is meant for a different market segment.
Right. Good advice.
Okay?
Thanks very much.